People say that the brain needs glucose to function. That is false. In fact, research shows that the brain prefers ketones over glucose. We've been told for decades that the brain runs on glucose. And while that's kind of true, it's actually missing the full story. Your brain can run on glucose, but studies are coming out, those cited by Dr. Ben Bikman and others, that when given the opportunity, the brain will choose ketones over glucose even if more glucose is present. A study shows that when you raise ketone levels, the brain will reduce its glucose consumption. And again, even if you only have a tiny bit of ketones, the brain is going to take those first. So you can't tell me that the brain prefers to run on glucose. It's simply not true. Dr. Benjamin Bikman and others have studied this in depth, and I'll link their studies down below so you can check out the science for yourself. The bottom line is that your brain does not need glucose for fuel. And the little bit that it might need in the body or the brain, your body can make on its own. We actually don't need to eat any carbohydrates. There are essential fats, there are essential proteins, but there are no essential carbohydrates. And that's why eating carnivore or a meat-based diet can be so healthy, both for your body and for your brain. So if you're doing carnivore and someone says that your brain is going to shut down or is going to wreck your hormones, you can call them out and say BS. On carnivore, your insulin levels will go down and your ketones will go up, and it's actually going to give you more mental clarity and energy than you've had probably in years. I know that's been true for me. I'm on day 18 of a strict carnivore diet. I've done carnivore on and off for 4 years. And every time I do, my brain is on it's like electric. It's just totally plugged in. I have amazing focus. I have better recall. I don't get the afternoon slump that I usually would have before. And I really feel like there's a trend right now, maybe you've seen it, where people are taking exogenous ketones, meaning ones that you swallow from a pill or a supplement or, MCT oil or something. And this is like where your body isn't making them from your liver. You're taking them and the liver is metabolizing them. And they use these before a speech or a big event so they have optimal brain function and they have that clarity of thought. And so that shows that because people are doing that, how important ketones are to brain function and to mental clarity. And I always say that the best way to find out if something's good for you and your body is to test it. Why not try eating a carnivore diet for 90 days? It's going to take some time for the body to adapt. If you've never been on a carnivore or even a keto diet, you may not know what the keto flu is, but the beginning is going to be a pretty awful process where you're not going to feel that amazing brain clarity that I'm talking about. You're going to have some slumps, some energy drains. You might have some more brain fog than normal, but that's normal. It's what happens when your body's flushing out, getting rid of the excess glucose and switching from a sugar burning mode to a fat burning mode. But once it's converted and you are in a fat burning state, that's when you get to reap all these incredible benefits of better mental clarity. So what can you do to make this work? Well, the first thing is reduce your carbohydrates. I recommend a stair-step approach at first before jumping into pure carnivore if you're coming from a standard American diet. So what you're going to want to do is reduce your carbohydrates from, maybe you're eating 200 or plus right now. You're going to want to reduce them to 40 and then down to 20. Ideally keep them under 20. And I aim for basically a zero carb lifestyle now with going strict carnivore. And so with that, you're just basically eating meat, eggs, and some dairy. And when you do that, then your body's going to go into a deep healing and repair mode of ketosis. And there are fascinating studies about how ketosis is helping heal cancer, helping to heal dementia, all of these amazing things. So I'll link some studies down below so that you can go do the research yourself. But I recommend you give it a try and see for yourself how this affects your body and your brain. So if you're feeling tired all the time, bloated, your brain's cloudy, you've got the mental fog going on, and you want to see if this can help, then I recommend going to a strict carnivore diet. Nothing changes if nothing changes. So are you willing to experiment and get a little curious about what will work best for you and your body? So subscribe and keep following for more carnivore science and tips on how to get started, and as well as amazing recipes. As you may know, I love variety, and a carnivore diet can be intimidating at first because it can feel a little boring. Like I just am going to eat meat all the time. I'm going to get so burnt out. And so for me, I need a lot of variety. That's why I created my carnivore diet cookbook for beginners on a budget, showing you how to eat delicious carnivore foods that are fuel your body and your brain, and how you can do it for less than $7 a day. The link to that is in the description below. So hit that like bell and keep following to see my carnivore journey.